In this video we're going to show you how to use the fins, or make the fins and the transition cone and complete the rocket. So for the fins, you're going to take the fin template and you're going to set it onto a piece of balsa wood and you're going to trace it. And you're going to need 3 fins. You can, if you want, I don't have enough wood here, but you can set it up so it's right next to each other. That way you only have 1 cut here instead of making 2. So use the material wisely. Trace them out so that you'd have less work to do, and then you could make less cuts. Once you do this, you're going to take an X-Acto knife and make sure you watch where your fingers are. Don't put them behind the blade, but you're going to take this and it's going to take a couple cuts. So you're going to go through a few times, and when you go with the grain, it's going to go a lot easier than when you go across the grain. And you'll see the grains are the way the wood goes. Once you get through it, you're going to get all 3 of these cut. They should snap out. And they're going to be a little bit rough. Okay? So you're going to get your 3 pieces. And then what you'll do is you're going to take all 3 pieces. I have these pre-cut here. And you're going to line them up together. And you're going to take some sandpaper and you're going to sand them so that they're smooth and that they're the same size. Now, smooth is going to be for aerodynamics. If it's not smooth, the wind catches it, it doesn't fly as well. And if they're not the same size or weight, what's going to happen is they're going to take off and it may not fly straight up, it may curve. So when you sand them together, you get all 3 pieces, you have your 3 fins. Okay? Once you do that, we're going to put those aside for right now. And we're going to do we have to take our main body panel. And we have to take, there's a little round ring. If you put the ring on your bottle, there's going to be 3 little marks in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to mark those. That's where the fin placement is. So once you have it in here, you just put a mark at each one of the lines on the template. Okay? That is where your fins are going to go. If you just take that straight up, you'll have where your fin placement. And these are equally spaced apart so that your rocket will fly straight. Alright. At this point, you're going to take your fins and your hot glue gun, and on the bottom of the fin, you're going to put some hot glue. Okay. And you will stick it onto your spot on your rocket. You're going to leave it there. Okay. Once you get all 3 fins in place, and again, the glue is needs a little bit of time to dry, so make sure you let it dry before you start moving it around on the tables and stuff. Put a little bit more glue. If you want to do this, make sure that you can do this with a partner. So have somebody hold it for you while you're gluing them on. They should stick fairly quick, and make sure they're straight up and down. If they're not straight up and down, then they're going to spin when they take off. Now these fins will stay on for a little while if you leave them like this, but you have to reinforce the fins. And by that I mean that we have to put glue on the outside of them. Okay, so now I've got my 3 fins on there. And I'm going to go back to the first one, and I'm going to put glue along the outside of both sides of this. And I'll do that for all 3 fins. And this will reinforce them so they'll stay on better. Okay, and then we'll let that set off to dry. So now we got our fins, we've got the nose cone, and we're ready to go. And I'm going to set this off so it dries, cools before I move it in. Don't lay it on the table. You can hang it off the table a little bit. Alright, the next step will be to take your transition cone. This is going to give you more shape and aerodynamics. Again, we're going to take some tag board, and I want to line this up so I don't have to cut this. And I'll take a marker and I'll trace this template out. Again, there are different sizes depending on if you have a 2-liter bottle or a 16 or 20 ounce bottle. But make sure you get the right cone for the right bottom. Okay, you take that, you take a pair of scissors, you're going to cut that out, and you'll end up with that. Okay. If you want to, you could color this before you put it on, but basically it needs to go on, and once it gets on, you won't be able to do anything with it. Now this cone will go around like this, and this part here is going to go around your rocket tube, and the bottom part will go onto your main body tube. So what you're going to need to have is some tape, and with the tape you're going to take your main body tube, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it up towards the top like that. And I'm going to wrap that around the cone. And when I get a nice tight fit here, then I'm going to put that tape on there. Okay. And then you take another piece of tape and put it on the bottom part of that. So I've taped that whole side, and this is going to slide down on that bottle. Okay, and so what you want to do then is you're going to take more glue, and you're just going to put it on the bottom here where it's going to hit or contact. And slide that cone down. Make sure it's sealed, make sure you got the glue in the right spot. You can put some more glue around the edge here. And you have your rocket. It's complete and ready to go. Now if you have a, so if you have a cap, you can fill the bottle up halfway with water and put the cap back on. Okay? And then the next step for you would be to launch the rocket.